All right, we are going to be solving the above question using mesh analysis. So we'll be finding I naught. All right. So and originally they'll just give you this question. You are going to be the one to insert your mesh current. So we are having three meshes. So we have mesh 1, mesh 2, and mesh 3. You can name your own as mesh 1, mesh 2, mesh 3, or mesh 1, mesh 2, mesh 3, anyhow. All right. So the first thing is to assign the mesh current, and the second thing is to apply the Kirchhoff voltage law. So we are going to apply KVL to mesh 1 All right. So here is our mesh 1, and this is a voltage source. We are moving from negative to positive, so we are going to have a voltage gain. All right. So for the second one here, we have a resistor that is between mesh 1 and mesh 3, so which is going to be, and the current that is flowing in this resistor is going in this direction, is going in the same direction with our with the assigned mesh current. So anytime we have something of such, the voltage drop across that resistor is going to be negative. So we are going to have minus 4 into what? Into I1 minus what? Minus I3. So again, it's going to be minus 2 into what? Is between mesh 1 and mesh 2. I1 and what? And I. Discovered that my mic is switched off, but I believe you understand what is going on here. And we are having 10 minus, when we divide through by 2, 20 divided by 2 is 10, 4 divided by 2 is 2, divided by 2, 2 will go away, we'll just be left with the bracket. So by the time you open the bracket, minus 2 times I1 is this. Then if you multiply this, you get this. Then the next thing is to collect the like terms. So we are going to have 10. Then this minus zeta is minus 3I1 plus what? Plus I2. Then plus what? Plus 2I3 equals to what? 0. All right. So if we move everything that we have here to the other side, we're going to have 10 to be equals to 3I1. 3I1. Let me check. I don't want to make any mistake. Okay. So 3I1. Then our I2 is going to be minus I2. Then minus 2I3. All right. So this is equation number 1. All right. So that is what we are going to have. All right. All right. So now the next thing we are going to do is to apply the Kirchhoff voltage law to mesh 2. All right. Apply the KVL to mesh 2. All right. So here is mesh 2, and don't forget the direction of current entering into this branch is going downward, and we are going upward. So we are going to consider a positive voltage drop across the resistor 2 ohms. So and it's between mesh 1 and mesh 2. So it's going to be I1 minus I2. All right. Now the current flowing here is going the same direction with our direction here. So it's going to be negative 8, and it is between mesh 2 and mesh 3. That is I2 minus I3. All right. And here this is our dependent voltage source. So it's going to be, it's moving from negative to positive. So it's going to be positive 10 I naught. So this will be equals to 0. All right, you are going to know that our I naught is equals to what? I3. So I naught is equals to I3. All right, so if we substitute that, we are going to have, we divide through by 2, we are going to be having I1 minus I2, then minus 4 into, let me put bracket, into I2 minus I3, then plus what? plus 5i3 equals to what? 0. All right. So if we open the bracket, we are going to have I1 minus I2 minus 4i2 plus 4i3, then plus what? 5i3 equals to what? 0. All right. So if we collect the like terms, we are going to have I1 here. I'm going to have I1. Then we're having I2. Is going to be minus 6. Minus 5, not minus 6. Minus 5i2. Okay. And then this plus this, that is 9. Plus 9i3 equals to what? 0. So that is what we are going to have. All right. So now we can move everything that we have here to this other side and move the 0 back here. So we are going to have the 0 to be equals to minus 1 plus 5i2 minus 9i3, equation number 2. All right. So the next thing is to apply the Kirchhoff Voltage Law to mesh 3. So apply the KVL to mesh 3. All right. So this is our mesh 3, and don't forget that having current that is flowing here and it's going in the same direction with the direction of mesh current. So that is going to be what? That is going to be negative 6i3. Right, and our current, the current that is entering to this branch is coming like this, and we are moving like this against. So everything here is going to be positive. So that is plus 4 into, and 4 is between I1 and what? I2. So that is I1 minus I3 plus what? Plus 8 into what? I2 minus I3. Everything equals to what? 0. All right. So if we divide through by 2, we are going to have minus 3i3 plus what? Plus 2 into I1 minus I3, then plus 4 into I2 minus I3 equals to what? 0. All right. So if we open that bracket, we are going to have 3i3 plus 2i1 minus 2i3 plus 4i2 minus 4i3 equals to what? 0. All right. So the next thing we are going to have here is okay, let's rearrange. I'm going to have 2i1, and our I2 is 4, right? So plus 4i2 plus 4i2. Then our I3 is going to be, our I3, this is going to be 5. Then this is going to be what? 9. So minus 9i3. Everything will be equals to what? 0. I hope this is clear. All right. So again, we can move everything that we have here to the other side and bring our 0 back here. So 0 will be equals to minus 2i1 minus 4i2 plus 9i3. All right. So this becomes equation number 3. All right. So let's rearrange the equation, and we are going to apply the Kirchhoff. We are going to apply the Cramer's rule. All right. So equation one is 10 is equals to what? 3i1 minus I2 minus 2i3. Equation number 1. All right. Equation number 2, we are having 0 to be equals to negative I1 plus 5i2, then minus 9i3. Equation number 2. All right, equation number 3, we are having 0 to be equals to minus 2i1 minus 4i2, then plus 9i3. Equation number 3. All right, so let's clean this part. So we are going to use Cramer's rule. Just look for change and the determinants. All right, please, if today is your first time of coming across our content, do well to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to share this content with your friends who might be in need of it. All right, so let's look for change. So we are going to look for change. So this will be, all right. So our change will be the coefficient of I1, I2, and I3. So we're going to have 3 minus 1, then minus what? Minus 2. And here we're going to have minus 1, 5, and what? And minus 9. And here we're going to have minus 2, minus 4, and then positive 9. All right. So if you look for the determinant, so we are applying positive, negative, positive. So we're going to have 3 into, so if we apply mirror here, we're going to have 5 minus 9 minus 4 and 9. All right. So minus is plus 1. So this is going to be apply mirror like this. We are going to have minus 1, minus 9, minus 2, and 9. How that's correct? Yes, that's correct. All right. So we are going to have minus 2 into, if we apply mirror in this manner, we are going to have minus 1, 5, minus 2, minus 4. All right. So our, this is going to be 3 into 9 times 5. What is 9 times 5? 9 times 5 is 45. 45 minus 4 times minus 4, that is 36. All right. Plus 1 into 9 times minus 1. Minus 1 is minus 9, right? So, and then minus 2, minus 2 times minus, that is minus, that is positive. 2 times 9 is 18. All right. Then minus 2 into this times this is positive 4 minus 10, that is plus 10. Plus 10. Right. All right. So we are going to have our determinant of change to be equals to what? So 45 minus 36. 45 minus 36, that is going to, and if we multiply it by 3, that is going to give us 27. Yeah, I think that should be 9, right? 5, okay, 4, 5, yeah, that is 9. And 9 times 3 is 27. So 27. All right. Minus 9 minus 18, that should be minus 27 as well. Right. And 4 plus 10, that is 4 plus 10, that is 14. And 14 times 2, that is 28, right? So we're going to have minus 28. So this, we cancel this. Then our determinant will be equals to negative 28. So negative 28. Now, there's no need for us to do for change in I1, change in I2, change in I3, since the question says we should find I0, and our I0 is equivalent to what? I3. So we are just going to find change in I3. Just going to find change in I3. All right. So let's look for change in I3. All right. So change in I3. So for us to find our change in I3, sorry, I already cleaned the equation. All right. So don't forget our result at the left hand side is 10, 0, 0, right? So we are just going to replace this row with 10, 0, 0. So we are going to have 3 minus 1 minus 2 minus 1, 5, and minus 4, and 10, 0, 0. All right. So look for the determinant. All right. So this will be, if we look for this is going to be plus, minus, plus. So we are going to have 3 into 5, 0, minus 4, and 0. And the minus is plus. So plus 1. So plus 1. There's no need me writing 1 here. You can write it if you want to. So we are going to have minus 1, 0, minus 2, and 0. And if we move in this direction, we are going to have plus 10 into what? Into minus 1, 5, minus 2, and minus 4. All right, so that's it. So this now will be equals to 3 into 0 times 5 is 0, minus 4 times 0 is also 0, plus 1 into 0 times this is 0 times this is 0, then plus 10 into this times this is 4 minus this times this is minus 10, minus minus is plus 10. All right, so automatically this is 0, this is 0. 4 plus 10 is 14. 14 times 10 is 140. All right, so our I naught, our I3 will be equals to the determinant of I3 all over the determinant of our change, and that is negative 28 divided by 140. Sorry, that should be 140 divided by negative 28. So that should give us minus 5, right? So that is going to give us minus 5. All right, so we're going to have minus 5 ampere. All right, but don't forget that our I naught is equals to I3. So this is equals to minus 5 ampere. So this is how to go about this question. I hope the question is well simplified. You can comment that in the comment section. And don't forget that we offer private tutoring section. If you have any challenges and you want a private tutoring section, you can DM us. And don't forget that we have a well structured and well detailed material on circuit analysis and all other electrical courses, well detailed, well simplified, step by step. As you are reading, when you get there and you read them, you understand. And then if you also if you are also having any challenges with your assignment, you can send them into our DM. You have access to our WhatsApp or our email via the description of this video, which you see our WhatsApp number and our email address. You can always reach us. And if you also have any complication with understand any topic and you want us to write a to help you and write a to help you and write material on that topic, you can also reach out to us. So stay tuned for more, and don't forget to share this video with your friends who might be in need of it. Thank you.